Hello guys, and welcome to my very first Chimps completion video coming here for you guys in high speed if you're interested in how you complete the absolute first map on Chimps mode. So this is the hardest mode that you can complete in the game. I'm putting down Obyn first, and I'm putting down a dot monkey here at the end of the first path. Putting down Obyn will allow you to acquire the wealth that you need to put down the dot monkey. And after this, it's pretty much just tank and spank up till the point where you can afford a ninja, which is the next thing that I'm gonna be putting down. The ninja is gonna be a 202 ninja, which means that I'm gonna be upgrading 2 times in the upper tier and 2 times in the lower tier, so nothing in the middle tier. And there is no particular rush in regards to upgrading these abilities. And remember guys, there are gazillions of ways that you can complete this map here. This is just how I did it the first time around. Remember to use Obyn's abilities, they are pretty important. They will capture any runners away that may be in the map. And of course his seeking options are really awesome as well. I haven't upgraded the dot monkey at anything at this point here. It is going to be a crossbow once we move a little later into the game. The next thing that I want up and running is a super monkey. So once again, when we have our 202 ninja down and running, it's just about doing the tank and spank. Obyn will handle the lead and the ninja will do the cleanup with help from the caltrops and from Obyn's activated ability that you kind of need to remember to pop down every once in a while. Super monkey comes down pretty early here, and it is of mediocre usage at this point in the game because it can't pop leap and it can't detect camo. So you need to select the path for it. I'm going with the laser blasts first. The thing that I want to do is to go towards the Dark Knight path. So I want to have knockback and I want to have lead popping capabilities. So I'm going 202, most of them 203 for some of the super monkeys that I'm putting down there. So nothing in the middle tier. Focusing on the knockback because we need to be able to hold the different Moabs and BFBs and BADs, all that kind of stuff in track by pushing them a little bit backwards. I had a runner here, so I put down a dot monkey at the end of the path. So if you're around 40 and you're replicating what I'm doing here, there is no reason to wait until the last second to pop down that additional dot monkey. It's definitely needed. Plasma up and running on the super monkey. So it's just gonna be a knockback Moab thing, and the next thing that we want to think about is solidifying our defense at the start of the area. So now that we have our Dark Knight kinda crazy, I want to get a village up and running so that I can get all of the cheaper upgrades up and running because I want to have additional super monkeys in this area. So getting the cheaper upgrades is definitely worth it, I feel. With the super monkey down and the discounts, once again I'm focusing on doing a 203 kind of thing here. How you go moving forward here is, I feel that the hardest part of the game has been completed in making it to this point here, because now you are efficiently putting down the big units and you can go with different options. I want to have camo detection up here. I went crossbow with the dot monkey, and you can really nudge things towards your playstyle. The one thing I feel you should definitely consider when you are playing this on Chimps is to having the permanent spikes down at some point so you can stash up towards the crazy rounds at the end, the ones in the 90s, and that you want to have some crazy boomerangs down for the knockback as well. Once you get Obyn's tree ability, remember to put it down there because it's going to be a lifesaver probably many times and it's going to be your only real source of income. I want to have a super monkey where this totem is, and we can't sell things in this game mode. So instead of waiting for it like I normally do, as you can see, once again I'm blocked out. You can just pop down super monkeys other places within the area of the village, but I really needed to have one here at the center of the map. So since we can't sell Obyn's ability things because we don't have the sell options in Chimps mode, I kinda had to wait for it. So getting plasma on the super monkeys is really important. Getting knockback is really important. Going towards the Dark Knight thing, 5,900 cost or something, I'm a little bit more cautious with, not because it isn't important, it's important and it is really amazing, but it was more important for me to get down additional super monkeys to catch some of the things that may be escaping the area, because we don't want any runners. Any runners means game over, so that's definitely a thing. Have the town upgraded so that any unit can pop any type of balloon. It's a very important upgrade in that it will allow your super monkeys to pop the purple balloons. Very, very, very important if you want to win by using super monkeys like what I used to do. So keep that in mind. You need these 8,000 something, almost 9,000 crazy cash for your village if you want to be able to pop things. I'm going with a tack shooter here, and I'm going towards fire. It is because there is a pop limit on units in Bloons TD6, so we can no longer just pop like crazy. So I want to have additional things down there to manage the hordes of things that are coming in. The most efficient thing is of course to go with the Glaive Master, but it's 48,000 and I want to spend my resources in a different way. I'm popping down another village, and that is because I want to have things down here in the corner, mostly for cleanup really. I want to have a druid so that we can push things back with these hurricanes, and I'm going Heart of Oak just really because I can. Things are moving really nicely. We are past heart level now. We're in map round 82, so we're getting a lot of fortified things, a lot of ceramics. This is where you really need to think about how do you want to upgrade things, because you're getting a massive cash injection here on round 83. Really big one, which will allow you to have the funds to do a lot of really cool things. I'm going down with my first really crazy boomerang for the knockback. As you can see here already now, we're knocking back these ZOMGs, putting down some of these spikes as well. This is a bit of an interesting position that I have for it, in that I'm covering both the start and end of the area, so I am stashing up towards the end game because I want to have perma spikes, but I'm also adding something a little early which will allow me to evaluate my defense, so that if I get things that come past the spikes down in the corner, I know that I need to do something crazy and fast with towers instead of just crossing my fingers. So that is why I have the perma spikes down there, cornered both at the start and at the end of the map. Flooding with boomerangs at this point here, because you want to be pushing back all of the fortified Moabs, the BFDs, the crazy things that are going to be coming, and the boomerang tosser is just insane. You want to go 204 on it. It's a very cheap upgrade, and as you're going to see in this video here, it's just going to stun lock these ZOMGs. It's going to be pushing them backwards out of the map, and this is how I like the strategy. It allows me to put down 1,000,000 spikes with my spike factories, while my boomerang tossers are just keeping the big airships away. So the longer time I spend pushing these things backwards, the more time I'm going to have to place down traps. And because I have the permanent spikes, these are not just gonna help me now, they're gonna be helping me in the rounds moving forward, even though these aren't 100% permanent spikes, but they are lasting a very long time. So as you can see here, everything's just getting grilled by spikes in the end, and that is a combination of me being able to push these big airships backwards while laying traps that last for a very long time. Remembering to pick up the balloons, not the balloons, the bananas is a thing. I'm not that good at it really. I don't feel like Obyn's cash ability is that important. The last thing that I'm doing towards really winning the game on Chimps is to flood the area with spikes, different types of spikes, because I have these boomerang tossers. As you can see, I have multiple on the map, and they're just pushing this fortified ZOMG out of the map, out of the map, out of the map like crazy, while my spike factories are making sure that no matter what happens, they're not gonna get towards the end. So this is the strategy that I really like to use with Bloons TD6 right now for like crazy end game, because obviously in the earlier games you don't have big airships that you need to be pushing backwards. But my super monkeys have knockback, my boomerangs have knockback, and my spikes are just flooding the area like completely silly crazy, and everything that actually reaches the end is just met by a wall of amazing perma spikes that are it has been stashing up for more than 10 rounds, so a huge amount of spikes there. So guys, that was pretty much my first completion of Chimps in the first map in the game. very fun game mode where knowledge tree points make like no difference whatsoever, so you don't really need to consider how you have placed your knowledge tree things because they don't work in there anyway. And there I have it, Bloons Master Beat 1 map on Chimps. So you know, that's the thing. I'm just gonna show you guys like a glimpse into my knowledge tree because this is like, a lot of you guys have been asking me how is it. This is how it is basically, and right now I'm just working towards the heroes. I want to get everything eventually, and it's a crazy slow grind here in the 90s, so it is taking many games on Impoppable to gain 1 level, so but it's good fun times anyway. That was what I had to share in this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, thank you very much for watching.